Hi guys and welcome to MotorBeam. We have come to Udaipur to drive the third generation of the i10 known as the Grand i10 NIOS. So without wasting much time, let's talk about this car. The design of the NIOS is very pleasing to the eyes, but the design also looks evolutionary and also it is pretty much evolved from the regular Grand i10. The fascia comes with projector headlamps, you get the traditional Hyundai grille with LED DRS placed on the corners. Along with that you also get the regular fog lamp setup. The Grand i10 NIOS is also offered in a variety of colors, and you also get dual tone color options. The profile of the Grand i10 NIOS is very well balanced and it looks very proportionate too. This hatchback comes with diamond cut alloy wheels which look very nice and add to the character of the car. The rear of the NIOS is also very nicely designed, but it does bear some resemblance to cars like the Tata Tiago and the Ford Figo. In terms of size, this car is a touch bigger than the regular Grand i10. Overall, this car does look quite attractive and it also does feel that it has been designed to please the younger generation. The design of the dashboard and the layout of the entire interior is very pleasant and user-friendly. Now the interior is available in 3 color options, that is grey dual tone, you get black with blue accents and also you get black with red accents. Now this car that we have has the grey dual tone color scheme. The design of the dashboard is completely different from the regular Grand i10 and the NIOS actually feels like a good place to be in. You get the steering wheel with a new design, and that is steering mounted audio controls, and also you get an 8-inch touchscreen infotainment system with Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. Along with that, the Grand i10 NIOS comes with wireless charging for mobile phones, and this is a segment first feature. Hyundai knows that people have a lot of devices to charge these days, and because of that, the Grand i10 NIOS comes with 3 USB ports up front. You get a regular USB port to connect your phone to the infotainment system. Along with that, you also get a 12-volt outlet, and that has an additional USB port which you can obviously use to charge some of the other device. Now the AC of the Grand i10 NIOS works very well in Indian conditions and cools the cabin very quickly. The sound quality of the speakers is also very good for a car of this segment. Some other features on the Grand i10 NIOS includes a push start button and automatic climate control. However, the downside here is that this car misses out on quite a few vital features. It doesn't get automatic headlamps, it misses out on automatic wipers, and even the seat belts aren't height adjustable. Also, while the rear seats come with adjustable headrests, the front seats come with fixed ones. That apart, the front seats are actually quite comfortable and supportive. The driving position is very good and outward visibility is pretty decent too. I am 6 feet tall, and with the driver's seat adjusted for my driving position, there's actually a decent amount of legroom at the rear. As you can see, my knees aren't really scraping the front seat. I also have a pretty decent amount of headroom and shoulder space. The rear seat is flat and very large, and it has been designed in a way with an emphasis for under-thigh support. You also get dual vents at the rear, which are very useful for the rear passengers. There are a decent number of cubby holes and storage spaces on the inside. All 4 doors of the car come with a 1-liter bottle holder, and along with that, on the center console, there are enough spaces to keep your things. The Grand i10 NIOS has a boot capacity of 260 liters. Now this capacity obviously isn't very great, but I think it should be enough to carry your stuff for the weekend. We are driving on the Jaipur-Abu highway and I must say the roads over here are really good. Now this car comes with the same 1.2 litre 4-cylinder Kappa petrol engine as the Grand i10. So now the only change over here is that this engine is now BS6 compliant while the diesel engine isn't compliant yet. So that will be made compliant next year once the norms come into place. While the Grand i10 is offered with a 5-speed manual or a 4-speed torque converter, the Grand i10 NIOS comes with a 5-speed manual or a 5-speed AMT. The 5-speed manual gearbox over here is a joy to use. The clutch is very light and the shifts are also quite slick and smooth. The AMT, well, it is very nice if you want convenience, but you can't really expect the smoothness of a torque converter or a DCT from this AMT. In terms of refinement, this engine is very refined, it is very silent and the vibrations are well contained. Drivability on offer is also pretty good. The low-end power delivery is quite good for steady driving, but out on the highways, the performance feels a bit laid back in nature. So now when you compare the performance of this engine to the 1.2 litre K-series engine from Maruti, obviously it is the Maruti's engine which shines more. Now the diesel engine on offer with the Grand i10 NIOS is also the same engine as the regular Grand i10, that is a 1.2 litre 3-cylinder U2 CRDI engine. As you all know, this engine has some amount of turbo lag, but after that the mid-range is quite peppy. Drivability in the city is very good. On the highways though, the engine isn't really a star. The diesel engine also is offered with either a 5-speed manual or a 5-speed AMT. We think the diesel AMT will make a great choice for people who drive a lot and want the convenience of an automatic. Now talking about the ride quality of the Grand i10 NIOS, I think Hyundai has done a really nice job with tuning the suspension of this hatchback. In the city, the ride feels very compliant, the suspension actually offers a very good ride and the Grand i10 NIOS feels like a big car. On the highways also, the car feels really stable and confident at high speeds. Only when you pass over some really bad patches of roads that the car feels a bit unsettled. The car doesn't really bob at high speeds and the vertical movement of the car at the rear is also quite limited. Now the steering of the NIOS is very light when you're driving in the city and even out on the highways, it weighs up very nicely. However, it just doesn't offer the feedback that an enthusiast would expect from a car. Body control on the car is really good, but this isn't something that you would call an involving car to drive. Just like most of the Hyundai cars, even the Grand i10 NIOS has very good brakes and the stopping power is very good suited to our road conditions. The Hyundai Grand i10 NIOS does come across as a very impressive package. This car offers a lot of things that buyers in this segment would typically want. Scoring high on a lot of things like features, comfort, ride quality and obviously the convenience of an AMT with both petrol and diesel engines makes the Grand i10 a strong contender in its segment. Now this car competes with the Maruti Swift and the Ford Figo. Obviously this isn't as fun to drive as the Figo, but otherwise if you want a no-nonsense car for daily commuting, the Grand i10 NIOS makes for a good choice. Thank you guys for watching this video. Do hit the like button and share the video with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe to the MotorBeam channel and let us know in the comment section whether you think that the Grand i10 NIOS has something to shake up the segment.